And it's more lawsuits against the government. That satellite man's hurting my belly button. And everybody knows I have a small belly button. You've seen pictures of me in bodybuilding, and it's very important in reference to, some people. I've been in movies where I've wore speedo shorts and been in movies and TV shows. Oh, in reference to the cast of the movie or TV show Flipper. How you guys doing? Somebody wanted me to say hello. It was a cool TV show back in the day. And, other TV shows, all the TV shows that know me, all the cast and crew, and some of you are older, and you better be in good shape. You got to eat certain foods. You got to keep everybody in good shape. Keep everybody, some of you might need to grow a little, maybe a couple inches or something. Or, we got to keep everybody in pretty decent shape. And there's going to be, another TV station, for, older Hollywood people, So in reference to old Hollywood, there's going to be a couple TV shows just where, celebrities or production crew people or stuntmen or, it's just like it's going to be a channel where people just sit around and chat all the time. You know how they have like the director's table and, the actors table, round table, where everybody sits around and just chats about things and stuff. Well, there's going to be something about old Hollywood, individuals, just groups of people that have been in productions or, people that have been extras in film that want to, that have been in film just for a little notoriety of just, saying hello and people getting a voice out there to say, things that they liked. Or in reference to celebrities that knew me or people that worked on productions when I was a little boy, I worked a lot. I was on TV shows. My father was producing movies and TV shows, and so was my mother, every day and every week, and I was on a lot of TV shows, and I was on a lot of movies, even when I was a baby, an infant, some of those black and white TV days where they didn't have color television yet, or Technicolor or whatever it was. I was one of those babies that my mother was in a film back in the day, and my parents, was holding me as a baby infant, and, first, really young, and like an infant, when I was a baby. So, it's kind of a point of seeing those films and somebody seeing TV shows back in the day when I was a baby, and other TV shows growing up in history. And, I've had to wear costumes or certain disguises to perform as a different character in film. But, my teeth are real. So in reference to that satellite man, and my nose is real too. So in reference to the satellite man trying to mess up my face and teeth, that man has to get prosecuted no matter what. But that satellite man's been hurting my belly button. Like they're staring at my belly button with a satellite and they're burning my belly button like they're trying to damage the tissue or something. Feels like somebody's trying to dig into my belly button, I have an innie belly button, not an outie. And that satellite man's hurting my belly button. But, they were burning my face and teeth all day, and they're still hitting me in the nose right here. That satellite man has tried to call my nose fake. So, a little Gerber baby food. Some people want to know if that was my picture on the Gerber baby food when I was a little baby. Gerber can make a comment about that, whether they have photographs of me when I was a little boy. If any of those pictures on there are my picture from when I was a baby back in the day or whatever, even before I ever got injured and I was in a coma. But, they can make a comment if they want. But, in reference to, or they can make a video and say all kinds of stuff. But, in reference to people that have known me in film, people that's been on movies or TV shows, make some videos. There's going to be there's going to be some TV stations in the future that are going to open up that are just going to be, older people. It's going to talk about, legitimate facts of nutrition, keeping people healthy, keeping people kind of youthful looking, getting people back in shape. It's going to be some people, not people just bullshitting. People talking real stuff, things that matter to, older celebrities, senior citizens, and, No bullshit. Natural things that people like to do. Particulars of some people might work out, some people might do walking. Some people like a reference to older people. You kind of you got to eat some carbs. Some of you are. We don't want you looking all wrinkled and weathered or leather skin or anything like that. You got to eat certain proteins. In reference to older people and younger people. Everybody's got to eat certain things. So it's going to be like a nutritional channel, and there's going to be a round table for older people to talk about things, and people that have been in movies and TV shows even when they were younger, some people back in the earlier days. And, my family's been in the media and, production and camera inventions and radio and TV production, manufacturing of televisions and things like that too. And cinematography equipment since the 1800s or since the earliest time, since the silent film era, and Charlie Chaplin and back in those early days too. So people have a chance to comment on things like that, and people can make comments on YouTube too in reference to movies or cameras and things like that, and casting and production of people that knew me on certain TV shows, and friendliness. And we're going to see about trying to have some certain types of films where we can people can get paid some money on some of those interview shows where they just talk about things of life, things about old newspapers, old history of Hollywood, and certain things that people want to talk about. Keeps people believing that there is a future in life, even for older people, younger people, and different ages of people. There's lots of things that people want to do, and whether it's sitting around just chatting, sitting around watching the squirrels or the animals, wildlife, or whatever. This is going to be a lot of things about American life and American culture and different types of culture, the friendliness of people from the early 1900s or 1800s, or what some people just want to talk about in general. So everybody just make sure you're eating right, and some of you people eat some carbs, and some of you ladies don't. I know some of you women try to get skinny real fast, but some women do. In reference to Hollywood pinup girls or whichever, but you got to keep certain carbs, in certain acknowledgments of carbohydrates, certain breads. And there's different types of breads that, there's certain types of things in pasta and things, and, very important in reference to nutrition and vegetables, and, and fruit's important too, but you got to watch how much fruit you eat. Some of you don't want to be riding that fruit diet, and then you end up looking like a raisin, You don't want that. So we got, I'm going to open up in the future some athletic gyms that cater to the particular, older women getting a little muscle back on their body instead of people being skin and bones, you know what I mean? Lots of things of importance. There's going to be all kinds of things in the future. These government people have to get prosecuted for blocking me from my mother and father's estates and blocking me from companies and revenues that I was supposed to have had, So anyways, the courts are taking too long. The courts have never even sent me a freaking penny. Never received nothing. After all these administrations, too. Now, I'm supposed to be on the White House mailing list, the White House Christmas list, and they've never sent me nothing since my parents died. Since my mother got murdered in 93, and she was frozen. But my father got murdered, and when he got murdered, and then he was frozen. So hopefully they'll be able to come back to life. But after all these political parties that's been in office, I've not received even one Christmas gift from the White House. And they have guidelines from the Treasury too that they were supposed to have sent me a certain amount of money and it was supposed to be in the billions because the government violated my father's rights and my mother's rights. And don't forget, my parents was trillionaires and billionaire, billionaire, trillionaire plus. Reference to financial wealth, and my grandparents too. So there's gonna be a lot of things to talk about in the future.